Okay, ladies and gentlemen, first welcome our motion today is the host believes that developing countries should require foreign companies operating in its territory to have the minimum quota of the hiring local workers. Before we take a look with my statement, I have to really prepare for you guys. Let we take a look at the definition about the word motion first. Like we know that as we understood about developing countries, when the countries with the income relatively low, or in the humans or standard and normal global, ladies and gentlemen. And the next about the foreign companies. Foreign companies is the some a company come from the other country. Is some company from the other countries come to developing country. As we know, the foreign companies they have the same a good start in marketing, a control income and strategy. This I said about the control income, the strategy, and then I had to prepare about the statement about the my case, ladies and gentlemen, to get the customer too. So many foreign companies access in the world. As example, we will talk about the which companies are famous companies or the bigger companies, ladies and gentlemen, where they have universe know about that. Like the Google, Microsoft, and the Samsung, they big like a big hit entertainment in Korea, like a dance, ladies and gentlemen. These have good limitation about the foreign companies. They all like the big company or the other really famous company, like the example I have to say it, ladies and gentlemen. And next we talk the local workers. Local workers they with the real society in the Philippine country, the other real society in the Philippine country, nothing to change about the anything. They have I give the limitation too, and so we have to do limitation about the foreign companies and the local workers, ladies and gentlemen. They have some experience limitation where they about the job, as well as also have a skill to understanding the job. They have experience or they have the some good, ladies and gentlemen. There is some limitation I give, ladies and gentlemen, about the experience. They all have the certificate about the job they want to do, and have the some experience about the job before they want to do it, or like want to employ to in the foreign countries, ladies and gentlemen. And next they all the good for the communication, especially foreign language, and this is very especially or this is very important for we making to get the job in the foreign companies. And then let's do in my case, ladies and gentlemen, why we have to why we have to invite foreign companies come to the foreign countries, because we have to hearing the local workers, ladies and gentlemen. There is way we have to cut the employment, ladies and gentlemen, because the employment is a very complicated problem in the world. This is complicated problem in country, because this is making the problem in every country too. When we have foreign companies in our country, we cut the employment in our countries to making the many jobs to the local and have with the foreign country. I say for the world to cut the employment and to cut the employment the local workers and gentlemen. And next, we talked about the when the foreign companies come to Indonesia, we will get some strategy. The society or the workers, local workers, get the strategy to make the about our local companies too. When we give the job and work the foreign companies, and then they will have some knowledge and strategy to develop about the local our companies or local companies, ladies and gentlemen. And so this is why this is very important to invite the foreign companies, ladies and gentlemen, for the make the impact, the big impact for all of society, ladies and gentlemen. For society, like the workers or local workers, ladies and gentlemen, they got the benefit too. So much, I say so much, because they all speak foreign companies, they all discipline, the attitude, work hard about that, and they got the many knowledge about that. The society will get the many knowledge about the foreign companies when they all will come to the Philippine countries, and the experience with the work in the foreign language too. They all will improve themselves, improve the more hot to self about the foreign companies. This bring good for our society to improve themselves, and then this will way to developing countries become developed countries, ladies and gentlemen, because developing country want to more to the more to improve the whole country. And so this way, ladies and gentlemen, because this way with the help the foreign companies to making our developing countries become developed countries, ladies and gentlemen. Not only workers to get the benefit about that. The big aspect for the developing country is the change also they have the good connection to university, ladies and gentlemen. There is way to have the good connections in the other world because the foreign companies, I say there are many aspects, many subjects they all like the other countries, and so there is the one way to have the good connection with the other way, or the other like have the connection with the big like example the Google or the big head entertainment when they have the summer outside in Indonesia. Of course, we got the notice for many countries, ladies and gentlemen. Notice like what? We will get look like developing countries want to change the better countries because we have and one of the big companies. We our country as though to show in the world the developing countries can handle one of the big companies to with what? With the local with what? With local workers have the experience about that, have the limitation I gave it. And the next, to get our income high, ladies and gentlemen, to get our income to making the more income, this is the reason we have to invite the foreign companies because they have to pay the tax. Tax is very important to income to our country, as we know the big company and they become from the foreign and they are the famous company to want to come to India, want to come to Philippine countries, especially I give the example Indonesia. They will be pay the tax. So is I said the high tax. This make our income high too. This make our income stable. Our economy is stable too, and I get the control more about our income to get the connection about that. The income more better, ladies and gentlemen. I said in fighting the foreign companies is very important because we can improve our society. We can improve our country, put our income too, and that with the experience, the local experience, to get to improve so many knowledge about that, ladies and gentlemen. This is the reason why we have to invite the foreign companies to come to the developing countries, to making developing countries to be developed countries, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the attention.